Hi, and welcome to Lesson 3, Making Your Highlight Video. Last week, we talked about how coaches might use your recognition as an all-star or your performance at camps to judge your playing ability. But if they're not able to see you, the next best thing you can do is create an awesome highlight video to show them what you're about. Let's start off by looking at some tips and advice in the links for this week. The first video from John Madsen gives a good perspective on what coaches are looking for when they evaluate highlight videos. The next video from Rocks Volleyball gives you a good idea of what you should say to introduce yourself in a highlight video, as well as shows an example of what a skills video would look like for a sport like volleyball, softball, or baseball. The article from Be Recruited gives you some simple tips to follow to make an effective highlight video. Finally, if you're interested, the last video is a longer interview with a college coach from NCSA Athletic Recruiting. That one will give you even more insight and perspective. After you check out those links, you should have a pretty good idea of what the highlight video is for and what makes a good one. For the discussion this week, I want you to go and find any example of a highlight video. Could be one of your friends or teammates, or even some random kid online. But the best really would be to go and look at one of the schools that you're interested in from last week. You can go to the roster of that college team and find one of the players and look up their high school highlight video. That would give you a really good idea of the level of athletes that are playing on that team. However you choose to do it, once you have a highlight video for your example, I want you to take a look, and I want you to think about, what does that video do right according to all of the tips that you learned this week? I also want you to think about, when you make your highlight video, what are the 3 main things you want coaches to see on the film? Like your speed, your technique, your toughness. We'll work on making a video that shows all of that this week. For our assignment this week, we're going to plan out all of the pieces we need to create your highlight video. So when you look at the document, the first thing I want you to come up with is an image. This would be the intro image of your video. It'll also be the thumbnail depending on where you decide to post it. So if you have a picture of yourself, you can go ahead and paste the image or link into the document. And then you can start thinking about the next thing, which is any written information that should go along with this image. Definitely you would want to have your name, the position you play, what school you play for, your graduating class, and of course your jersey number to help them find you on the video. You might also want to put contact information like your email address or your phone number. That way, anyone watching the video knows how to get in touch with you. Other information that you might also want to include is information like your career or season statistics, or something like a list of accomplishments or honors you've won playing that sport. The next step of the video is the fun part, where you're actually going to come up with the video clips that are going to go into your highlight video. If you have access to your game film, this is going to take you a while probably to watch all of your games. But remember, we're just looking for 1 to 2 minutes or 5 to 10 plays that give the best representation of what you can do on the field. So as you watch the film, you can go ahead and copy down the play numbers for each game in a sport like football. Or if you have a sport like soccer that recorded continuously, you can write down the timestamp numbers of the portions of video you want to include in your highlight. You'll need this later to edit together the video to actually create your highlight. And if you already know how to do that, or you've done it through a website, you can go ahead and copy that link into your document as well. If not, we'll work together on finding the best way to collect and display your highlights. So with that being said, happy watching video, and we'll see you next week for the rest of the college challenge. Great job, everybody.